Every time your cat stretches when it sees you, something remarkable is actually happening. Most people glance at it, smile, and keep walking. But that moment, that exact stretch when your cat sees you walk through the door, is one of the most deliberate signals your cat knows how to send. And here is the part that changes everything. When your cat stretches when it sees you, it is not working out tight muscles. It is communicating with you in the only language it has evolved to use just for people like you. Researchers who study feline behavior have a name for this. They call it the social stretch, and once you understand what is behind it, you will never look at your cat the same way again. Here is the first thing most people never stop to think about. If your cat were simply stretching to loosen up stiff joints, why would it always happen the moment you walk in? Why not 5 minutes earlier, when you were still in the other room? Because the timing is not accidental. Your cat was perfectly still, and then you appeared, and something in its brain said, "Now." That is not muscle memory. That is recognition. That is your cat choosing to send you a signal at the exact moment you became available to receive it. The social stretch is a deliberate behavior triggered by your presence, not by physical need. Think about how quietly powerful that is. Your cat sees you and decides right in that moment that it wants to reach out. Picture this scene. You come home after a long day. You open the door, drop your bag, and before you even take off your shoes, your cat is on the floor in front of you. Front paws stretched forward, back arched gently, eyes half closed. It looks effortless. It looks casual. But what you are actually watching is one of your cat's most intentional acts of connection. That stretch is meant for you and only you. Now here is where things get even more interesting. This behavior does not exist in nature. Wild cats do not do this. And that single fact reveals something extraordinary about the animal sharing your home. When cats began living alongside humans thousands of years ago, they began developing behaviors that had no purpose in the wild. Meowing at adult humans is something wild cats never do. The slow blink was designed entirely for bonding with people, and the social stretch has the same origin. A study published in Animal Cognition found that domestic cats have developed a unique set of behaviors used exclusively when interacting with humans, not with other cats, not in response to prey, only with us. Your cat is not running ancient instinct when it stretches toward you. It is running something it built specifically for the relationship the two of you share. That makes it more meaningful, not less. Your cat evolved this signal because you are worth evolving it for. And the longer you live together, the more fluent the language becomes. Most people never realize that cats have scent glands tucked between their paw pads. When your cat stretches and presses its paws into the floor near you, or onto the couch where you always sit, or onto the bed where you sleep, those glands activate and release pheromones that are completely invisible to you, but deeply legible to any other cat. Your cat is not just greeting you. It is marking the space around you as safe, as belonging, as part of its inner world. You will never smell it, you will never see it. But in your cat's language, they have just written their name next to yours, and they only do this in places and with people they have decided truly matter. That stretch is not a gesture, it is a signature. This brings us to something that surprises a lot of owners. Have you ever noticed your cat stretching fully for you, but barely moving when someone else walks into the room? That is not random, and it is not about who fills the food bowl. Cats are quietly strategic about who receives their social behaviors. Research on multi-cat households shows that cats do not display affection equally. They pick favorites, and those favorites receive more eye contact, more slow blinks, more vocalizations, and yes, more stretches. If your cat rolls into a full stretch the moment you sit down, but stays completely still when someone else arrives, that is your cat telling you exactly where you rank. You are their person.
And if you are currently on the other side of this, if your cat seems to reserve that stretch for someone else in the home, that does not mean the bond is absent. It means it has not fully formed yet. Cats give this kind of trust based on calm energy, consistency, and time. It is not given automatically. It is earned. And knowing that makes the moment it finally happens feel exactly as significant as it is. One of the most quietly moving versions of this behavior happens first thing in the morning. If you have ever opened your eyes and found your cat stretching right there beside you, almost as though they were waiting for you to wake up, it is because they were. Cats are most active at dawn and dusk. While you were sleeping, your cat was awake, aware, moving through the quiet house. It could have stretched at any moment during those hours. Instead, it waited, and the second your eyes opened, it moved. Behaviorists believe this morning stretch functions as a greeting and a reset, a way of marking the beginning of shared time together. Your cat is saying in the only way it knows how that you are back in its world now, and it has been watching over you until you were. There is also a moment many owners recognize and laugh about without fully understanding it. You are heading to the kitchen, focused and moving with purpose, and suddenly your cat is stretched out in the exact center of the doorway. You cannot step around it without looking. You cannot step over it without noticing, and somehow it always happens in the one spot that makes stopping unavoidable. This is not bad timing. This is confidence. Your cat knows your patterns. It knows exactly where you walk, and it chooses that specific place because it guarantees you will have to pause. Not out of desperation, but out of a quiet certainty that you belong to each other and that you will always stop for them. Every time you do, every time you look down and say something soft, your cat learns that this works, that you are reachable, that the connection between you is real and responsive. Now, what if none of this sounds familiar? What if your cat has never stretched in front of you, and you have been watching this whole time, wondering if something is missing? Here is what is actually happening in those cases. Cats who rarely stretch around their owners usually fall into one of two situations. Either they do not yet feel fully relaxed in the space they share with you, or they tried this behavior at some point and received no response and quietly stopped. This signal evolved because humans responded to it. If your cat stretched near you several times and you kept walking without a pause or a glance, it learned something. It learned that this particular signal does not reach you. The good news is that this is completely something you can rebuild. Start noticing. When your cat does anything that resembles reaching out, stop. Look. Offer a slow blink back, a soft word, a gentle hand if they welcome it. You are teaching them that their signals land, that you are paying attention, that they can trust you with the quiet things. For cats who seem tense more generally, look at the environment around them. Unpredictable schedules, loud sounds, or a home with frequent chaos can make a cat hold its body tight for weeks. A cat that does not feel safe enough to fully let go will not stretch. Give it time, stay consistent, and watch what begins to shift. Your cat is not mysterious, it is fluent. It has been speaking to you in a language built entirely around your presence, your patterns, and your place in its world. Every stretch is a sentence. Every pause in the doorway is a conversation. Every morning moment beside you is a declaration. Now you know how to read every single one of them.